Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Thursday. We are almost there. We've almost made it to the weekend. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far, rocking out whatever goals, hopes, plans, dreams, ambitions you had and are currently making it happen. Quickly before we get started here, as I mentioned the other day, some changes are going on around here, so don't be alarmed if things look a little bit different, if things sound a little bit different. We're going through a lot of changes over here. I'm super excited. I know it's going to be awesome for you guys too, so I know once everything kind of gets through that transition mode, you guys will be super excited. So just be on the lookout for tons of cool stuff coming out. There's going to be new stuff, different stuff, changes, and it's going to be awesome. The only constant in life is changes, so that's where we need to. There is no, what is it? There is no, damn it. Oh, there is no certainties. There's only probabilities. And so that's where we get the changes. We don't have anything certain. The only thing that's certain is uncertainty. Next, convention tickets are officially on sale for doTERRA. This is their yearly event. It is an amazing event that comes along once a year. Tons of cool product, cool stuff, new stuff, exclusive products that only get launched for convention, new products that are coming out. There's going to be science behind why the oils work, how they work with you, and it's just such a super exciting time. You're going to hear from the doctors on the panel and the head honchos as to where they're taking the company, and it's just so amazing. You also get to hear from different people that are doing that have successful businesses that they're running. They have successful things that are helping a lot of people, and it's just so much fun. It's such an awesome time every year. Actually, a couple of years ago, we had Hugh Jackman over there, Wolverine, performing his, what was I can't even really remember it. I don't like it. So The Greatest Showman, something like that. I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea, so I can't really remember it. But it's an awesome time. Tickets the event is going to be in person or online. So definitely reach out to me if you're interested in learning about essential oils, how to get your hands on some cool new stuff, how to change into natural alternative products. Definitely, this is an event you don't want to miss. I'm so excited for it. I love every year. Definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Deep breath. All right. Let's get into today's topic. I'm telling you, there's so much more going on over here. There's so much happening. What a great time to be alive. Oh man, we are almost halfway through July right now. We are literally almost at the halfway point of the year. And actually, while I didn't really plan it to be this way, I'll sort of say something that goes along with the topic of today. So today what I wanted to talk about was why we should be setting goals. Yesterday we talked about how to rock out the weekend. One of the tips there was to have a plan, right? And essentially have a goal, right? Have a goal for the weekend. And so that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today is why setting goals is important, why it helps you with your life, and why, it could very well be the key to unlocking, the blocks that have been in your life or, the happiness that you're looking for. It could very well be. So what I wanted to start off with was just a little bit here. When we start the new year and everybody comes they've got their New Year's resolutions. They've got their, all of their goals that they're ready to do, all of their plans for the new year. It's going to be the greatest year that you've ever seen in the history of life. And, I don't know the specific date and the specific number, but it's 90 or 80% of New Year's resolutions are given up in the first 2 weeks. And it's something like 60 or 70% is in the first 2 weeks. And then once you get to February, it's 80 or 90% of New Year's resolutions have just gone way out the window. So to that point, I can probably say that by this date, I would gander that, there's 95 to 97% of people's New Year's resolutions have gone by the wayside, and we're kind of just on our way ready for next year so that we can start a new resolution and hopefully rock it out from there. So that's where I wanted to talk about, some things that help me set goals, reasons why I think setting goals are beneficial for our lives. And that's where I wanted to come on, give you some things that I have learned from experience, and hopefully they help you too, right? Hopefully you get some value out of this, and who knows, maybe learn a thing or two to implement into your own life, because it could very well be the key to unlocking your best life ever. You don't know. So first of all, what I wanted to say more than anything is that, we set goals basically all the time without even really realizing it. And I have a perfect example that I thought of right before going live here, is that, we have to make rent every month, right? We have to have some sort of money for groceries, right? We have to have money for some sort of entertainment if that's what we feel is necessary. So that's where I thought this was an amazing place to start, because we already set goals. We set a goal to make X amount of money per month, right? Whether it's, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever dollar amount you need to live in your life, that's the goal that you set out in your, right at the beginning of the month, right? Or at the beginning of whenever you want to set that goal out. The best part about that is that you know exactly how many hours you need to work in that month or in that, specific particular amount of time in order to make that goal, right? Quote unquote, that goal. So that's where the best part about this is, because you know right away if you are off that goal, right? If you've missed too much time from work, you know that maybe you're going to be able to make it, but maybe it's going to be a little bit harder than you thought, right? So your goal, you are falling behind in your goal of making the amount of money that you need in order to live and to support yourself for that month. That was just mind-blowing for me as soon as I thought about that. That is amazing, because we set goals all the time without even really realizing it, without even putting any, conscious effort into why we're setting them or how we're setting them. And yet, more often than not, right, we end up with enough money to pay the bills and to have a little bit extra, right, for groceries and entertainment. And, there's not really a moment of time, maybe sometimes, right, times get tough, it happens, you don't have enough to pay everything, right? That happens. So it happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it. What you do, right, is you just perk yourself back up and you get right back on the saddle and figure out another way on how to make that goal. And so that's amazing. So once you really start to think about that and let that sink in for a little bit, you'll realize that I don't really have to say anything else. But I'm going to. I got lots of, outside of these things that I got to say, I got lots to say. Just ask me, I'll tell you. But, why setting goals is important is because it's the guideline for everything. Are you a salesman? UNLH, thank you so much for joining us. Taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. I am a salesman. We are all salesmen in the grand scheme of life. We sell ourselves to our employers to make sure that they pay us the amount of money that we feel we deserve for providing our services, right? We sell our significant others on why they should be with us, why they should remain with us, why they should be thinking the way that we think. We sell our children on why our way of thinking is better than the way that they think. So, yes, I'm a salesman, but in the grand scheme of life, we are all salesmen doing the best we can to try and, get that next quote unquote sale, right? Get that next achievement in life, if you will. Thank you very much for that question. I appreciate that. So the number one reason that I have for why setting goals could be the key to unlocking your best life ever is because it creates focus and direction. This one is actually really perfect. The way that this was explained to me is without setting goals, it's like a ship that you just let out into the harbor, right? When you set goals, you've got your ship in the harbor, right? And you've got your captain, and you've got your the plan on the map on where you want to go. You've got the destination in mind. You've got the sails all set right. Chances are, right, 99%, right, 95 to 7 to 9%. You're going to get to where you're going, right? If that ship is going to get to where it's going, right? It's going to get there if it's got the crew on it, if it's got the directions on how to get there, if it's got the destination, right? Chances are it's going to get there. Take that exact same ship, don't put a crew on it, don't give it a destination, don't give it any directions, don't give it any sails or nothing. Just let it float out onto the harbor. Where's it going to go? Nowhere, right? If it even gets out there, right? If it even gets out into waters and the ability to go like that, right? So that's where setting goals, it needs to be thought of like that. And that one was actually the perfect, as soon as I heard that, that was like that light bulb moment, that mind-blowing moment. Of that's really what it is more than anything, right? We need to, if we don't have any sort of direction, any sort of focus in life, we just kind of end up anywhere we want, right? We don't end up anywhere we want, sorry. We just kind of end up anywhere. And if you don't have a goal or direction in your life, you're going to end up working for somebody who has a goal and direction in their life. And it definitely is not going to be in line with the goal and direction that you have for your life. So that's where setting goals, creating goals is the number one thing that you can do to help have your life, or to help your life have some sort of direction, some sort of meaning, some sort of, idea that you're working towards. And that to me, right, is, if you're just kind of aimlessly wandering, then, that to me is not why we got put on this earth. We are not put here to just wake up, go to work, come home, watch all of Netflix, and then go to bed and come home and do it all again. Man, I deserve a higher salary. Oh my goodness, don't we all? That's awesome. I deserve a higher hourly. You know what? You do. 100% you do. Don't think that you don't. Just because you don't get paid that much doesn't mean you're not worth way more. And you know what? This is actually one of the things that I like. I actually had this conversation with my wife because she is transitioning in her career. And so what she does is she writes down all the little things that happens in her day that makes her more valuable to the company. So she comes in early, stays late, answers so many phone calls, gets so many, hits so many quotas, is there, is a nice person, is happy to be around, right? These are all the things that make you more valuable to the company, right? And so when you have your list of these things that you present to your boss, and you say, boss, man, these are the list of reasons why I think that I deserve a raise or a more higher hourly salary. And then the best part is if you get turned down right in that current moment, you can say to him, boss, this is what I feel that I'm doing to deserve it. Please tell me what I need to do more than this to make you feel that I'm deserving of a higher salary, right? And so that would be my suggestion to you, is just write down the stuff that makes you valuable, because you only get paid based off of your value to the marketplace, right? You get paid based off of the amount that, your skills dictate the marketplace pays you. So therefore, in order to get paid more, you have to upgrade your skills. And when you can come with a list of skills that you do that have been upgraded and can, bring more value to the company, I mean, if that doesn't qualify for a raise, that's where I say, listen here, what else can I do? What else should I be doing? What, give me a suggestion. And I very much hope that helps you, man, because we all deserve a higher hourly raise or salary, because I mean, corporations, they make so much money. There's definitely more than enough to go around for everybody. So yes, I wish you the very best of luck. I do. Number 2, something to work for, right? We just had this conversation right here. If you want to work for, if you want more money per hour, if you want more, a better paying job, you have to set goals, right? You have to be able to say why you think you deserve that. And if you think you deserve it just because, you're the boss and you make a lot of money and don't, I mean, I would actually I think I might actually try that. I think so. Just as a joke, right? But I think I'm going to try that. But that, you know what I mean? Think about yourself as a boss, right? You can't, if you were the boss and your employer just came up to, or your employee just came up to you and said, I feel I deserve a raise because you make more than me. That doesn't really say anything, right? That to me is not a reason at all, right? If I was the boss, I would hope that you're joking. That's all I'm saying. That's where I'm coming from. But that's what I mean, right? When you have that goal in mind, when you have that dream in mind, when you have that, that thing that you're working toward, it makes the process so much more fun, right? Because you know that you're working towards something. It's not like you're just there, right? Going along with the motions, right? Getting in and doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right? That's what Albert Einstein defined as insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So that's where we need to set goals to give us something else to work for, right? And think about it, right? If you anything you want to do in life, right? If you want to buy a house, especially nowadays, man, there's townhouses right beside me that are selling for $1 million. So the housing market nowadays is crazy. But if you want to buy a house, right? If you want to buy a car, if you want to, go on vacation, if you want to maybe get a summer home, a cottage, right? These are all things that you're going to need to work for. These are all things that you're going to need to make a plan and have something to work for. If you want to find that, that perfect significant other, if you're looking to find, a new group of friends, if you're looking to join a sports team, right? Join a curling league, right? These are all things that you need to have a specific plan in order to get to. And these are all great ideas for you to have something to work on that gives you more out of life than just, wake up, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, eat, go to sleep, and do the same thing over and over. Number 3, gives you a sense of purpose. Right? We talked about it earlier, the higher salary. We talked about, if you want to get, if you want to buy a house, if you want to get a significant other, if you're looking to transition in your career, right? It gives you all a sense of purpose, right? If you are working towards something, you definitely have a sense of purpose. You have a reason to wake up in the morning. You have a reason to work throughout the day, right? And on yourself, instead of, just going through the motions, doing your best to make somebody else rich at that job, right? At that current place of employment that you have. And that's why when you set goals and you start working on yourself, actually one of the things that was taught to me is you need to learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And UNLH, I can promise you that if you learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job, then you will have so much value to bring to the marketplace that companies they'll just be falling all over themselves to hire you for at whatever cost you want to be able to charge. Have a sense of purpose. Get a goal in your life and make it something other than I just need to work this amount of hours in order to pay the bills. Make it something other than, man, I can't wait till I finish all of the TV on Netflix, right? Make it something to where it's going to make you more valuable to the marketplace and therefore have you, basically be able to do, see, plan, have whatever you want. One of the things that helps me is essential oils. I love using essential oils. I actually talked about the company that I'm with a little bit earlier. And one of the blends that I love, especially in this particular moment, is a blend called Adaptive. And Adaptive is a relatively new blend that came out. And what it does is It helps to calm and relax. It helps promote that calming, relaxing environment, right? When we're setting goals, when we're trying to create focus and purpose, and we're trying to, get outside of our comfort zone, it can be very intimidating, right? It can be very overwhelming. It can be very much, uncomfortable, right? We're stepping outside of our comfort zone. So that's what I love. I love essential oils in general for this, but Adaptive Blend in particular helps promote those calming, relaxing feelings so that I'm not making those, irrational, emotional decisions, right? And I'm actually thinking with a calm, clear head. My other blend that I have here is Motivate. And this is actually what I love more than anything about the blends from doTERRA. Adaptive, right? If you're in a certain situation, you need to adapt differently. You need to change your way of thinking. Motivate. Right? So if you need any sort of motivation, some uplifting, right? It's got cinnamon in it, right? So it's got that, that uplifting sort of like, all right, I'm ready. I love this blend. It smells like Christmas too, right? So for me, right, Christmas really makes me happy, really makes me that uplifting. Maybe, Christmas isn't your thing, so this blend may not be for you, but we can definitely get some different things working for us. So those are actually two of the blends that I love using more than anything. Just helps calm and relax me, but as well as, uplifting and invigorating, get those senses really going, and get the thought processes really going. And then what I suggest, lastly, more than anything, is to consider a life coach, right? That's what I am, and I life is hard, right? If it was easy, everybody would be able to do it. And so there does come point in times where, you maybe can't do things on your own, and you need a little bit of help from somebody that, has sort of been there, done that, right? Quote unquote. With a little bit of experience and expertise, if you will, right? So, definitely asking for help is one of the toughest things that you'll ever have to do. And I promise you, asking for help does not make you less of a person. It actually makes you a stronger person, because it lets yourself know that you're serious about upping your game. And, a coach is definitely the way to do that. Think about any time you want to up your game in anything, you hire a coach, right? So let's make it happen. If you're interested, definitely reach out to me. We'll book your free consultation and we'll get you rocking and rolling. That's all I got for you for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic day. I really hope you enjoyed this, right? I had a lot of fun making it. We had some good conversation here. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils, life coaching, how to up your game, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message. We'll get you rocking and rolling for sure. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better week ahead. And I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.